So I don't know if you know this, but Eli walked into the joint. First guy up, started talking about 30 teams in the playoff.
30. Well, everybody's got their own opinion. I think you'd have to figure out how to play it.
Right.
But I think, I don't want to speak for him, but I think the gist of it is I think we feel like, because we're playing each other and strength of schedules and all that we probably deserve more in the playoffs and what our opportunities have been, and maybe that's what he's getting at.
So you got to Arkansas early on. Since 2020, this sport has gone through some crazy with COVID, with the changing playoff, with paying players, with free player movement. It seems like every single year it's another step up and crazy. How do you guys deal with that?
That's hard because it's going to change again. I mean, that's just what it is. Unfortunately, we get a lot of questions about what do we think about 8 or 9? What do we think about the playoffs and all that? And the answer may change 2 or 3 different times,
right.
But it has taken a lot more of your time away from – you have to add time in your day for football. I mean, you just do because there's so many things that affect it. Let me give, for example, 10 designated student athletes. Basically what that was trying to do was take your walk-on kids and grandfather them in for a lifetime on this 105.
Right.
With that came a portal opened up July 7th to August 5th. So who do you put on? The guy you don't care if you lose, you don't want to, or the guys that deserve the automatic grandfathering in? And so there's so many things that happen all the time that maybe even the outside world doesn't know that it's happened until maybe a couple of weeks after.
Right. All right. We got a couple guys back in Jackson. I'm sure want to ask you some questions, especially about Cam Little, the Jaguars kicker. But I want to ask you this real quick because this is something that I think is on a lot of people's minds. Is you guys don't care about money, what players are making money. It's the free player movement that's the problem. Right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Explain that for everybody.
And the time that they're allowed to do it. To me, for the life of me, I do not understand why we would have an after spring ball portal. I just don't. Isn't spring ball to develop kids for your football team and to know who you have on the team? And then you go after spring ball and heaven forbid, let's say you lost your 2 quarterbacks and this. Now you got a whole different team, maybe a whole different schematics. I do believe that the kids have an opportunity to move. I can get that maybe one time in their career and possibly in the month of January where they can get into school and be there through spring ball. But this we have, and we've had guys that have transferred 3 times within a very short period of time. I don't know that that's good academically for the young man either. So I'm not for it. I'm for opportunities to transfer, but I think right now if we could get it to where the portal would be open once, possibly in early January, where most kids could get into school, I think then you'd solve your academic problem and possibly your after spring ball problem.
Right. So one portal opening and 1 transfer, and that's going to be huge.
That would be what I think should happen.
All right, we got Joe C. and Miami Hurricanes Hall of Famer Leon Searcy back in Jacksonville. Fellas, you got a question for Sam Pittman.
Good stuff. Oh, listen, we're sitting here listening, Coach, and one thing I wanted to bring up, Sam Pittman of Arkansas is with us on XL Primetime. You have lost more players than any other Division I school to the transfer portal over a 2-year. Is that correct?
You're giving me the stats. We've lost a lot.
That's a hell of a thing, though, is it not?
Number 2, but yeah, it's hard. So what are the reasons? Well, one reason is if they hate the coach. I don't think that's the case. Mm-hmm. What's the second reason? Possibly I can't play. I'm not. I don't want to wait around. What's the third reason? Okay, I'm getting more money from somebody else. Right. Arkansas we were not aggressive in NIL. We were not. And So I would be less than half, I would say, somewhere in that area of what other teams that were fighting against in their collective. Now with revenue sharing coming back, we have a chance. If we'll stay within the revenue sharing rules, we have a chance, because when I took the job, we were 4-20 with no NIL. We were top 20 2 years after that, 9-4 and Outback Bowl champions. Then NIL came in. We were on the low end. It's like any employee. If you offer them $50,000, somebody offers them $150,000. You can treat them as great as you want. Right. They're gone in a heartbeat. And so that's a little bit what happened to us. I think you'll see that number decrease drastically, because now we have the same amount of money as everybody else.
Hey, Coach, it's Leon Sursa here. Hey, Coach.
Leon.
How you doing, Coach? I'm a bit old school. I remember my days back in Miami doing spring ball, how excited I was to see that I made the roster, or first-team roster, yeah. Whatever. How difficult it is for coaches now, knowing that if you put a roster together and these players see that they aren't playing, you don't put a roster together because you don't want the guys to get disgruntled and leave on you on the fly.
Leon, that's coming from a player, a guy that knows, you know what I mean? So the bottom line is you have a lot of mix and match first and second team guys. That's what you do. Possibly even third team guy moving up to second team, and you have a meeting and go, hey, throw him in with the ones today. I heard he's fishing in the portal. I'm telling you, it's a deal where you have to keep these guys thinking that there's a possibility they can move up the depth chart, because if you don't, they're going to move out. And so you're exactly right. It becomes difficult to set a depth chart, and that's, you don't want to. And then the media gets mad at you because you don't. And then they ask you a question, who's going to start here, who's going to start there, and you go, oh, well, I don't really know. Well, you do know, but you ain't going to say nothing because guy will go on the portal on you. So you're exactly right.
So it's a weekly deal, even a daily deal.
Daily in spring ball. It's a daily deal. Who do we have? Where are they at? Can we move this guy over here, this guy, get him 10 reps with the ones today, And you're also evaluating, can he do it at the same time? Because you guys know you can look like Tarzan if you're playing against somebody not very good, and then you play somebody pretty good. Hopefully you still look like Tarzan, but you might not. And so you've got to figure that out too. So all those things are beneficial as well on evaluation, but you're making them in a conscious decision that this guy has to believe at some point he can beat the guy in front of him out.
So where are you on the 8 to 9 game schedule thing? I mean, are you okay with the SEC going to 9? Would you rather have 8?
Not really. I'd rather have 8. Now, obviously, we haven't won the Natty in the last 2 years. But before that, with the 8-game schedule, we were doing pretty good. For us, I think if you go 9, it would be revenue. There would be a lot of money coming through. For us, we have an opportunity to play Notre Dame. I don't think that we would play Notre Dame if we played 9-game schedule. So you're looking at fan base and you're going, okay, well, which one do they want? Do they want to see Mississippi State? Do they want to see Kentucky? They want to see Georgia? Or would they like us to play Oklahoma State, who we did last year, or would they like us to play Notre Dame? I don't think you can go unless the way you can get into playoffs changes. You're adding 9 more losses, So I don't know if you can get that format and get into the playoffs the way that it is right now. I understand there'll be a lot more money into programs. So
right, all right.
That drives everything.
Yeah, of course. Before we let you go, we appreciate your time. Let's go to your team real quick.
Yeah.
Nice bounce-back year last year.
Thank you.
Looking at this season, you have a really talented quarterback in Taylor Green, second year under Bob Petrino. If you look at the statistics with Bob Petrino quarterbacks, second year, they just blossom. You excited about that?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You just got me pumped up. Hey, what are you doing on August? I need you pregame. I'll take Leon too. I like him.
Yeah, Leon can, although he does not have a good track record of pumping up teams.
Oh, he doesn't.
No, I think he's like 0-4, including like Hurricanes.
Yeah, I'm 2-5, Coach. You don't need me, Coach.
2-5. But you got to feel good about where the offense is right now.
The stats say that we'll be much better on offense because of the second year of Bobby and returning are talented, very leadership qualities. Quarterback. We finished 10th last year in total offense, so obviously we think we're better in a lot of our positions, but we have Taylor Green. And with having Taylor Green, we have a chance.
Yeah.
And by the way, Cam Little's a badass kicker too. We love him. he was a captain for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how much our kids respected him.
Yeah, they love him too. Listen, great job. We really appreciate you stopping by and giving us some time.
All right, buddy.
Thank you,
Good
Sam.
to see you.
Good to see you too.
Thanks for the questions, guys.